Greetings and welcome back to Stellaris, my United Nations of Earth playthrough. So we're on the cusp of getting ready to wipe out the Uthabulan Braves. Hopefully it will happen this episode. I've already gone through and done all my maintenance. I did swap one thing. I went ahead and dismantled one of my holdings on that one science post I dismantled, and I decided to start building a Ministry of Extraction here on this planet because they do have 6 mining districts that they are using right now. That will boost my minerals output. As far as planets, there hasn't been a lot of change in most of my worlds. They are all just plodding along a little bit. I am upgrading the food processing center here on Nueva Cadiz. That will add one more job. One more farmer job. Not that I really desperately need the farmers. Other than that, I'm still in the process of upgrading the advanced research complexes here on Blizzard. I believe that is the final building that can be upgraded for jobs. These two will fill in these jobs pretty much about the time that this one is ready, so it will remain at 7 jobs. And Blizzard is the one I chose to distribute luxuries at this year. I did a little bit of population shuffling, which ended up in some unemployed specialists to get the SPO2s up into either culture working or entertainer jobs where they could. There's an additional industrial district about to come online here in Nozomi. I am adding city districts to a couple of things to add more buildings, because using buildings for jobs is actually better because it has less impact on your empire size, because districts do add half a point where buildings add nothing. Of course, the population to fill up those jobs does still affect your empire size. I am upgrading this Autochthon monument to a heritage site here on Dis that will employ, hopefully, this specialist before he moves off-world. I don't know, in 8 months he may be gone. And Mars is another world that is getting an additional city district. Baffin, I'm actually planning to put some robot assembly plants on here because they can work like the culture worker and entertainer and bureaucrat jobs more efficiently than most of the species. They can even work the clerk jobs more efficiently. And that is the extent of the planetary adjustments. I'm going to hold off, and it's every 10 years I will give the overall state of the colony. I'll just do some minor updates in the meantime. Now, I'm recording this episode on Thanksgiving. I don't know when it's actually going to end up airing. It's going to take me a while to process, and I already still do have several videos queued up that are being processed and waiting to be uploaded. But they have pushed forward, basically, the release of 3.6, and it will be out by the end of this month. Now, I am probably going to go into the open beta rollback until I complete this playthrough. So while I'm still pushing to finish this playthrough, I won't be updating to the new update so that it doesn't create any issues with this playthrough or change things that are already in effect. I would like to finish this playthrough on the update level it is at. Now, that does mean I might have to roll back to the 3.5.2, while this one is, I believe, 3.5.3, so that may create some issues, but hopefully I will be able to continue this playthrough and get it done before I fully update, and my next playthrough will be on the 3.6 update. So some of the advice I have given will be subject to change because of the combat rebalance. And of course, that pop-up comes up again. That's one thing I didn't check to see if they applied that in the bug fixes. Alright, so I upgraded all of my defense platforms that I currently remembered where they were. And we have just gotten the final debris analyzed from this previous combat. So now I am going to go ahead and change my policy for the next fight to be scavenge debris. That's going to stick me here for 10 years, but I think that's going to work. Because I'm wonder if we have any pirates pop up, I'll be able to test then whether or not that allows me to get debris from fighting pirates, despite the fact they're technologically inferior to me. Or technologically the same, I should say.
Ship upgrades applied.
I also canceled a lot of the military fleet updates. Third Fleet just has basically one ship that it is still upgrading. It had upgraded a significant amount, but I canceled most of the other updates. Actually, it looks like 2 that are still being updated. Once these 2 are completed, I'm going to revamp my ship designs.
Research concluded.
In a way that will prevent me from having the little bit of metagaming I do of not wanting to research certain upgrades. Something I should have done from the start of the game, actually. L-Gate insights gathered. We have now gathered sufficient L-Gate insights to research the technology behind them. Once this has been done, one of our science ships should be able to abort the perpetual maintenance cycles they are stuck in. The L cluster is almost within our reach. That was L-Gate Insight 4. Intensive study within the fields of nanomachinery and subspace phenomena will eventually... That is the exact same text it gives you for every one of the L-Gate Insights, I believe. Okay, so next upgrade we can do, we can make the battleships a little bit faster. I think we're going to knock out the Ripper autocannons. That would only be 1 month. I think these upgrades should be completed within the month. Let us check Kazoo Station. Yes, these 2 upgrades will be done before the month is out. And we got a favor with the League of Brian States.
Ship upgrades applied.
Now, the gateway in the Sol system should be completed in April. And
ship upgrades applied.
The gateway in Almac will be another year out, unfortunately. Alright, so Third Fleet has finally fully upgraded. That well, not fully upgraded, but upgraded what I allowed it to finish upgrading. Now, what we're going to do is go into Ship Designer, and I am going to redesign some of these ships, disabling the auto upgrade. So as we come up with more technology, I'm going to have to manually upgrade designs. That is fine. This allows me to continue to churn out reinforcements without fear of the technological updates creating problems. Or me wanting to hold off on doing a design because the stuff will change before the designs are fully out. So, I don't think we're going to change the names of them. We are just doing this to disable auto upgrade. Now, I don't think this is going to force me to upgrade most of my fleets when I do this, but we shall see. Now, the ones I will keep auto upgrade on are the defense platforms, because those don't matter as much. I can freely keep them auto upgrading, whether they're churned out or not, because defense platforms, they don't ever travel in nebulous space, and they don't use the fleet manager, so you don't have an issue with it bugging out the fleet manager if you are upgrading them when you add more. That is the 2 issues that I had basically been avoiding. And I'm going to go through here real quick and basically save all of these designs with the auto upgrade disabled. Now that I've got the auto upgrade disabled, I can freely upgrade all of these ship designs without worrying about any techs I research affecting this. I'm also going to combine all of these fleets into one. And it is the Breglar Star Patrol, it appears, that is going to be the one that gets them. I'm going to change their home base to Sol Station right now. Actually, no. Let's change their home base to Blorgsbane. Nah, Sol Station will work for now. But we are actually going to send them to Earth. And all of the others should come in and combine with this because we are going to make another fleet, Fifth Fleet. Now, unfortunately, I can't rearrange the names of these, so Fifth Fleet will always be above Fourth Fleet in this damn roster. But we are going to go ahead and rename this. Actually, let's do it this way. Let's do Sixth Fleet. Rename Fourth Fleet to Fifth Fleet. And then rename this one back to Fourth Fleet. There. Now, as soon as they all merge, the fleet should be a little bit more condensed. And after they merge, I will worry about upgrading them.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Ripper autocannons. These upgraded rotary autocannons featured improved tracking and fire control systems. This allows them to maintain an even higher rate of fire. So now we don't have to worry about different things. Let's see, 7 months for kinetic battery. Still a year and a half for living metal, which allows us to explore the living metal. Flak cannons would only be 4 months. Let's see. The final torpedoes, about a year, as will be the afterburners. Ringworld is the only one that matches this guy's expertise, but it would take 2.5 years. We're going to hold off on that. We want to get some of these upgrades knocked out. Let's get the advanced afterburners and see if we still have a propulsion guy. Yes, Vash. So we will replace in the Aldrin. Is that Petlin? Petlin Underoos? Undeross? Yeah, Petlin Undeross.
Construction completed.
Well, we've got our research station in Kochab. He is now on his way to Succubus Ball. It'll only take him a month to get there, but it's going to take me a little bit longer to have the influence to actually claim that system. In what can only be described as a triumph of science and engineering, we have finished construction of our first operational gateway in the Sol system. The device has formed a stable subspace conduit and established a successful link with the rest of the galaxy's gateway network. And it's giving me, this is going to be removed in the current update of saying that aliens have completed a gateway in another system just because you connect with it. So our gateway currently connects with the Gindic system here in the Pirac. That is the only connection we currently have. When we get our other gateway up and established, it will go to Almac as well. And from there, we can start adding more gateways and expanding our network. I would like a gateway in Blorgsbane. I'm not really going to worry too much about putting one over here at Kazoo, because Kazoo is probably going to be moved forward as I take out these areas. Succubus Ball is one where I might consider a gateway, because that does have an L gate in it, and I want quick access to the L gates. Since I should still be able to build an L gate in here, we can test that by grabbing a random constructor, build megastructure. Nope, we don't have the materials to test it. Alright, we are going to pick up kinship. A true sense of kinship has developed between all the citizens of our great star nation. regardless of their place in social order. This drops the amount of time it takes for pops to demote by 75%. Before we grab that, I'm pretty sure I have at least one planet, this one, where we can see how long it takes to demote normally. It takes about 3 years for a specialist to demote to a worker. Now if we go back and finish selecting this, I don't think it'll update for a day. It didn't update whatsoever. So I guess it does not update until they basically restart doing it. So if they had already had a demotion that they were in the process of doing, it's not going to be faster, it appears. We'll check it again next month to confirm this. That's assuming this person doesn't just
completed.
leave the system. Yeah, it did not affect anybody who was currently demoting, at least the tooltip for them. It's only going to be new people who are going to be affected. Guthrie Maelstrom. Not really sure what I need here. It's not going to be much in the way of defense needed in this system. I mean, I could throw a hyperlane registrar in there, but why? Everything nearby is taken care of. I guess either resource silos. Resource silos are pretty good because they have no upkeep cost. So yeah, for now, I guess I'll throw some resource silos on here. Until I decide what I plan on doing with that system. This is probably going to be the system that has my matter decompressor in it. An impartial committee of scientists and thinkers. Got another upcoming election, challenge election. It should be about 2 months, so it'll be in August when this comes through. For science, the thesis challenge is coming up.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
We've connected catapults. We've connected capitals to the Alvathari Star Assembly. Advanced afterburners. This improved version of the standard afterburners provide an even greater boost to a ship's combat speed. Well, let's see now. The Gauss cannon is the final upgrade for the kinetic, basic kinetic weapons. This additional kinetic basically means it unlocks the upgrade for the mega cannon, the giga cannon. Let's see, if we upgrade the nano plants, it will unlock the the physics tech that will allow us to just get a blanket 10% output to our nanos, and that is one of the cheaper technologies. The kinetic battery itself would only take us 6 months, so I think we're actually going to knock that one out because we've got progress toward it already, and that will give us the large version of the kinetic weapons. So that's what we're going for. We've got one more fleet to merge. It's about 2 months away from merging. The Federation Committee has recognized the inherent value of our study into awkward pauses as a commentary on social placement, granting President Wadog's leadership for the next term. Congratulatory sentiments have been offered to our president and her team of researchers. So we won that one again, despite not having the optimum. I mean, we only had like level 2, level 3 researchers in here. But we did have a decent variety of specialties or expertise. Now, it's a good idea to kind of mix up the expertise and not just keep the same scientist in there all the time, because you run out of thesis to do and it kind of gets dull, in my opinion. Let's see, we only need about 360. That's about 3 more years. and we should have our next level. I can go ahead and upgrade 4th Fleet now. It is fully merged up, a bunch of torpedo boats. I think we're actually going to change what these ships are, so I'm not going to upgrade just yet. I'm waiting for these upgrades to be done so I can design... well, actually, yeah, it's at a starbase by itself. Yeah, let's go ahead and knock it out. Let's just have all of these top of the line. That'll be a little bit faster if we decide to change the classes. Tilanesti has declared the Verzak their rival. Not enough people are seeing the Prime Awareness as the threat that it is.
Ship upgrades applied.
Yeah, it didn't take long to upgrade all of those corvettes. Speaking of upgrades... oh, it's going to be December before I can encourage them to grow more. As a matter of fact, December is also when I can start claiming Succubus's
Construction
fall.
completed.
Right now. Now I need to return my influence. Well, I need to bank some influence for claiming these two systems. But I also need to go back to completing my hyper relay network. Mainly this drive down through here. Alright, let's check. We want to help you field a bigger fleet. Yeah, we can do it again in another year. We have to renew our research agreement. Next year, it appears buzzword standardization will be up. Let's actually abstain from that one, because we want the Form the Galactic Council to be the next one. We'll go back to supporting this, possibly after we're sure that one's going to make it.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Jump drive. A groundbreaking technological marvel, the jump drive shreds the local space-time continuum and rearranges it on the quantum level to be identical to that of the target destination, and thus the ship appears to near instantly jump from system to system. Actually, still not interested in the disruptors. Activate L-Gate would take 7 months. We do have an L-Gate in our system now. It's locked, though. We can worry about it later. Let's knock out some of these others to get them off the list. Let's get the final advanced reactor booster.
Ship upgrades applied.
First Fleet has finished upgrading finally.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Construction is concluded on the new gateway in the Almac system. So now we have a direct line from Almac to the capital. So we need to reorganize some of our trade routes. We need to have Yamather go to Almac. Actually, we need Almac. First, we need Almac to go straight to Earth. Then we need Yamather to go to Almac. And Trimus to go... We're going to have it actually go straight to Almac because I plan on getting rid of Yamather eventually. 240% of it is reaching its destination already. 593% of that one is reaching its destination. That'll be updated in about a day. Kinetic battery. Very long-range artillery capable of hurling powerful rounds over extreme distances with a large degree of accuracy. More robotic modification points. The ability to get synths as population leaders. Yeah, we're going to go with the fungible circuitry. And do we have... We do not. So we can put fronds of gold in there. And put Vash back assisting. So yeah, in about 10 months, we'll have more robot modification points. Now that First Fleet is done, we can begin our first wave of modifying ships. So let's go and check out our fleet manager. We have pickets and torpedo boats. Picket interceptors and gunship interceptors. So our destroyers are going after small craft. And then for the cruisers, or the cruiser design, we actually had hangar, and it was a mix of medium and a little bit of picket. And for our battleships, we have carriers, or a carrier and a broadside with medium and larges and smalls and a mix. So those are the fleet designs, the ship designs we're going to work on first. The Krabby Picket will be the first one we look at. That is the wrong button. Okay, so that is the wrong button again. So let's go all the way up and look at our Picket. So we will need to upgrade some of these. We can now put a jump drive on here. Yeah, that cuts down on its time to jump. We haven't upgraded any of the others, I don't believe. And yeah, it is still going to remain a Picket. We do have the upgraded autocannons. So it goes from 8 to 16 to 10 to 21. We do not have any better accelerators, but I'm actually going to redesign this Picket a little bit. Right now it was kind of anti-missile, but I want this to be more anti-strike craft. So we're actually going to replace this plasma accelerator on these with another Ripper autocannon and replace the Guardian point defense with a flak battery. So this thing is kind of designed... Oh, and we can upgrade the afterburner. None of these need upgrading. So yeah, this thing is going to become a anti-strike craft, because these will still target the strike craft. But yeah, this Picket is to get in there close, take out strike craft, and take out other smaller craft. So this is the Krabby 2 Picket. So now that I can save designs like this, I can go ahead and basically remodify designs and then churn out the new ones without the new ones also worrying about upgrading, but it doesn't make the old ones obsolete or instantly say, hey, we need to upgrade. We also had the torpedo boats in here. This one I don't believe is going to get changed. It just needs some upgrades. Do I want this to remain a torpedo boat? Let's see, the torpedoes do 215 to 345. Yeah, we'll have it remain a torpedo boat for now. This thing is getting in close to do my artillery damage, and we need to upgrade the hyperdrive to a jump drive. I believe that is the only modifications we needed to make at this point. Yes. Now, as far as destroyers, we had the Picket Interceptor. I believe it was the Chittagong and the St. Louis were the ones in the fleet. Yes. And then the Oroscani, the Lionheart, and the Pharsalis. Chittagong. Alright, so this is our interceptor. We do want to keep it with the gamma lasers, and I believe we are going to keep it with the autocannons. We will keep these with the Guardian point defense. It does need the upgraded afterburner and the jump drive. And it is going to picket range. And then the other one we had was the St. Louis, right there. I believe we are going to keep it with the plasma accelerators. Let's see. Accuracy on those is 80. Accuracy on the lasers is 90. This thing is primarily an interceptor. It's going after small craft as well. I think we are actually going to go back to the gamma lasers with it as well. And its medium weapon... Maybe we make the medium weapon the plasma accelerator? Or do we make it a railgun? Or a mining drone laser even though they're not incredibly accurate. Now these things are getting a buff in the next update so that they become a little bit more useful. Now let's just keep the medium weapon also as a gamma laser. So this one is lasers and some autocannons. And it is primarily to tear down the armor that I have all these lasers. That one's just pretty good at range and accurate. These are just slightly shorter range, but still incredibly accurate because we're using afterburners and not things that boost our to hit. We have tracking bonuses instead. Now, as far as the cruisers, we have the Oroscani. This one is medium weapons. We're actually going to switch it to the plasma accelerators, because this saps the hell out of shields. That will melt armor and do bonus damage to hull. We are going to keep it with the flak batteries. And it is going to bring the amoeba along with it. And I don't see anything else apart from the jump drive that is going to need upgrade. Now it also goes to picket range, mainly to make use of its flak batteries, and stay in there with the larger ships and be able to turn out the flagella, though actually I could make it a line ship and keep it back. Then I wouldn't need the auxiliary fire control so much. I could give it shield capacitors and have it have really tough shields. Yeah, see, that will improve the chance to hit by 20, which would make those 100% accurate. Those 95. That one would be over 100%. Let's see, I could replace that. Let's see, that does 1260, whereas the medium void beam does 5.9, even though it does... Yeah, let's do that. Let's give this one advanced railgun and 2 plasma accelerators. Or maybe the other way around. So that null void beam will sap shields fairly quickly. It does about 25 average damage to shields, where this does about half that. Yeah, it would take 2 of these to equal 1 null void beam. We'll keep this as the void beam. Make this primarily energy. And actually, we will change these to the Guardian, because the flagella should intercept other strike craft. And since we are now a line computer, we will replace these with shield capacitors, just to really boost its shields. Now for the battleships, we have the Pharsalis, which was a broadside. Let's see. Oh, don't want to change it. I can't remember if we remembered to change that on the other one. This one is also going to line range. Now we can give it kinetic battery for the large, and proton launchers in place of the plasma accelerators. They do more hull damage than armor. This melts armor instead of doing more hull damage. But yeah, we'll give it a proton launcher. Actually, we'll give it 1 proton launcher and 2 kinetic batteries. Kinetic batteries do bonus to hull as well. Now, we'll actually give these, this thing's staying at line range, so I do want to keep these smalls as railguns, and we will keep, let's see, this one we will actually change to a plasma accelerator. And we will change these 2 mediums. No, we'll leave them as lasers. Or do we want to do 2 plasma accelerators in the back and change this to a laser as well? There, so we have, well, the lasers also melt armor. Yeah, let's make this another advanced railgun. Okay. I think I'm going to reorganize this a bit. We're going to put a kinetic battery in the front. We've got a lot of railgun stuff. We're going to make these 2 proton launchers. We're going to make these 2 plasma accelerators. And in the very back, we are going to put the gamma lasers. There. Now, the front has all to do about tearing down shields. The middle is armor and hull mix, and the back is all about tearing down armor. And that gives us a decent mix of loadout for the Pharsalis. 2. The other one was the Lionheart. Now the Lionheart we have at line range, even though it has autocannons. Line is as close as you can get with a large ship. See, we are going to keep the flat cannons. No, actually, we are going to change these to be Guardian Point Defense, because we do have 2 hangar bays to intercept the others. We are going to put a proton launcher in the back and a kinetic battery in the front. As far as the small weapons here, only the railguns will actually hit to a range of 50 other than these others. See, let's actually use 2 energy siphons on the front. And for these smalls, I think we will keep them as autocannons in case anything gets close. Yeah, because the gamma lasers won't really have the range if it stays at this range. Actually, the energy siphons don't have the range. Yeah, they have a 50 range. So yeah, let's actually upgrade these to autocannons. I mean, railguns. And there we have our loadout, I believe. We do need a jump drive. Which reminds me, I need to double check and make sure I upgraded to the jump drive on one of the previous models. Yeah, I'd forgotten it. No, that's not. It was these two I needed to double check. Yeah, I'd forgotten it on the St. Louis. I thought I did. Alright, so we have the Pharsalis and the Lionheart fully kitted out. Now all of these should have auto-upgraded. Now we're actually going to change the Blue Star to be proton launchers, because they have better range than the plasma accelerators. But yeah, the proton launchers we want there. I actually would like to make one that uses, what is the word, the kinetics over this, but that'll work for now. So there, now we have First Fleet. Let's go back to the fleet manager for it. We are going to change our Chittagong. We'll just start at the top. The Crabby Pickets are going to be the Crabby 2s. Yeah, we're just going to upgrade all of these. And it doesn't take too awfully much to upgrade all of these ships. We also need to deck out Fourth Fleet. It actually has one more Corvette than it needs. We'll worry about that when it loses ships, I guess. I could go ahead and pull one out just to have it do something else in the meantime. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to Fourth Fleet. Transfer one Corvette out. Do we have any unassigned leaders? Yes. Actually, let's swap these two. I want you in this Fourth Fleet. And this one also got named Fourth Fleet. We're going to put him in that. We're going to rename this one to Sixth Fleet because we are eventually going to have a Sixth Fleet. Now we have 20 Corvettes here in Fourth Fleet. Do we want them all to be the same thing is the question. And I think yes, rather than having the split like we had here of pickets and torpedo boats. I think we're going to do just one type of Corvette for this, and it is going to be missiles. So we're going to go to our ship designer, go to the Taizhou 2, and we're going to change this out for the antimatter missiles. We are going to keep... Actually, missiles have a decent range. So we're actually going to have them... Well, Pickett still puts them in a range of 30. But we're actually going to make them a Pickett ship instead of... well, that gives them bonus evasion more than anything else, and fire rate. This one drops a little bit of the evasion to give them tracking. I think we want the tracking, actually, for the missiles, so that the missiles don't get distracted as much. Now, in the upcoming update, you won't need a G slot for missiles, so I could put missiles on interceptors at that point. But yeah, I think we are still going to stick with the Ripper autocannon, perhaps. Yeah. And just go with the Ripper autocannon and the missiles. Everything else looks good. This is the Aztec missile boat. Now, let me look at that again on the Aztec here. Do I want to use the antimatter missiles or the swarmer missiles? Do I want to just send a horde of missiles at them? The fire rate on that is also half. Even though the damage is significantly reduced, it's about half as well, it looks like. Yeah, we'll use the swarmers for the Aztec. The whole point of the Aztec is just to overwhelm the enemy. So 4th Fleet is going to have Aztecs. Now for its destroyers, we want point defense. I don't think I am using the Dallas or the Shantou. Let's check. Well, there's the Dallas. Yeah, we are not using the Shantou. We are using the Chittagong and the Dallas, and I believe that is all of the types of point defense destroyer. We have the no, there should be another one. That one I don't think we're using. The artillery picket. Let's check and see if we are using that one. We are not. So let's get the artillery picket, and these are the two designs we're going to modify. It's going to be 5 and 8 is the breakdown. I think we want 5 of the gunships and 8 of the artillery. So the Abidjan and the Shantou. All right, now this has become artillery picket. It does go to picket. No, it stays at artillery range. Technically, it should stay back at artillery range. So we're actually going to make this one use the proton launchers. So it's supposed to hang back and shoot, although I don't think it's going to. In the current version, it's going to cluster. As you've seen, everything just ends up clustering up. That has pretty good accuracy already. Both of those have decent accuracy. I think we are going to give it yeah, we're going to give it afterburners just to give it a little bit more speed and defense. Let's see, right now its damage is 39.92. If we gave it the reactor boosters, it doesn't go up that significantly. Alright, so that was the Abidjan, and the other one we gave it was the Shantou. Now this one comes up to picket range. We are going to keep the Rippers. I think we are also going to keep the Guardian point defense for this. For our medium weapon, we will probably keep the plasma accelerators as well. And this one also has afterburners. Now back to Fleet Manager, we're going to retrofit these into our new designs. And then for the... So we have a little bit of artillery on the destroyer level. Other than that, we have picket, and we have missile boats, which are a mix of artillery and basically that's general purpose, any type of ship. for our cruisers, I believe we're using all of the types of cruisers that we currently have designed. Let's see, we want probably something that is more interceptor related. So let's take a look at our cruiser designs real quick. Let's look at the ones we modified first. Orskani is kind of a medium with a hangar. Is that the only one we ended up modifying? Yes. Mediums. The Joan of Arc would be our interceptor type design, or the Shilang. Yeah, let's go with the Shilang. Even more missiles is great. So instead of torpedoes on this, we're going to put swarm our missiles on the front. We are going to keep the Ripper autocannons. And we are going to change the plasma accelerators for lasers. Yeah, this comes up to picket range. Mainly to make use of the Ripper autocannons and the better tracking. Let's see, I think we want all swarmers. Yeah, we just want this thing to fire a lot of shots. So let's actually look at what has the highest fire rate among the lasers. That would actually probably be the lasers. The cutting lasers actually have better fire rate. They have a cooldown of 4 compared to 4.6. That also has a 4, but these two are anti-shield. We've already got the Rippers for that. Well, these are actually going to be doing some armor damage. All these swarmer missiles. Maybe we just deck it out completely with autocannons. And that's going to add 10 to the chance to hit. I think what we're actually going to do is add a couple of afterburners to this thing, just to make it a little bit faster. Alright, so the Shilang is basically a swarmer missile boat now. That's going to be our design there. For battleships, what combinations have we not used? We have the Lionheart and the Pharsalis. We have the Bulwark and the Century. The Hornet and the Lionheart. And the Century and the Hornet. So we have the Bulwark and the Pharsalis is a combo that we haven't used yet. What do those designs do? The Bulwark is artillery. That's one thing we're kind of missing here. And the Pharsalis also had some artillery and a mix of medium and smalls. That does sound like a good combo. Alright, so we want to add the Pharsalis 2 and the Bulwark, which we're going to redesign the Bulwark in a second, but it's going to be 3 Bulwarks and 2 Pharsalis. And we have yet to actually add the Shilang. There we go. So let's redesign the Bulwark real quick. Alright, so we want the bulwark to have 2 proton launchers. Its big gun in the back will be a kinetic battery. Actually, no. We're going to give it 2 kinetic batteries in the front and 1 proton launcher in the back. As far as our medium weapons, we're going to be at a range of 80 technically, so the gamma lasers wouldn't cut it. It would have to be the advanced railguns. Which, since we've already got a lot of shield depletion right here, while these do some bonus hull damage, actually reversing this might be a good idea, and having the proton launchers as the large weapon for now, and the kinetic battery as the artillery in the back. Now, eventually we are going to get the X slot on here for the bulwark, I believe. Yeah, and I think we are good with the auxiliary fire control. We just need to upgrade our jump drive. Now, let me make sure I haven't screwed up on any of these and forgotten the jump drive. Alright, so we're going to tell it to go ahead and upgrade all of its Aztecs, and then we will start churning out ships for it. As soon as 2nd and 3rd Fleet and 5th Fleet finish their upgrades, we'll be able to redesign those ships. And then eventually we'll figure out what the hell we want 6th Fleet to be. It may end up being a clone of 1st Fleet, and just rotating on from there. Verzak are making quite a push through Garanshu space. Let me look at claims. Where is claim mode? There's a way to see claims. Claims. Alright, the Verzak have claimed that system. That system. They have not claimed that one. They have claimed that one. So they do have some claims in here. None really this direction. They're mainly pushing this way for their claims. And it doesn't look like the Garanshu made any claims this way either. The Hazar Commonwealth has reached Tier 2 of the Bulwark. Modular Engineering and Star Fortress. Admirals can gain random traits. Bonuses in friendly systems, basically. And we can trade for admirals. See, when we get to level 3, friendly ships get hull regen and bonus to hit points and armor points. And hostile ships lose hull while in the system, in their systems. So we are getting dangerously low on our minerals output. Could really use a boost to it.
We are being hailed.
Oh crap, I right-clicked it by mistake. I wasn't going to accept it anyway. I don't want machine populations migrating to my worlds. Although they could use the population boost from me, honestly.
Research concluded.
Advanced reactor boosters. The discovery of antimatter power allows for highly advanced reactor boosters that can greatly enhance ship reactors. That should be the final one there. I believe we are going to go for the L-gate activation at this point. Just for the reroll more than anything else. Interstellar Assembly, a meeting place for galactic powers, increasing immigration attraction and a global opinion of us. Oh, the Mega Shipyard. Ooh, and the Mega Art Installation. Both. And Ascension Theory. That gives us another Ascension perk and the Unity Ambitions. Let's get the Ascension Theory. I could do with the additional Ascension perk so I can finally have all of my Ascension perks unlocked. And I'm curious how these Unity Ambitions are. They cost Unity to use, and that the amount is equal to what it would cost to unlock your next tradition. Using a Unity Ambition will not increase the Unity cost for traditions or Unity Ambitions. That's something I would really pursue after I finish all my traditions. And I'm not that far off. Probably within the next 10 years I will have all of my traditions done. You know, I might use 6th Fleet right now to reinforce 5th Fleet.
Construction completed.
Actually, I think it's 3rd Fleet that is missing. Yeah, it's 3rd Fleet, I think, that is missing corvettes. Commonwealth of Man declared war on the Tillinesti Hive. Territorial invasion. They're looking to claim some territory. Tuzekian Hive has declared the Zorak their rival. They're not really close, so that would be an interesting... I still wish more people would go against the Prime Awareness. I may actually end up counting them as a rival soon. As soon as they're not considered overwhelming to me, anyway. 2nd Fleet has finished upgrading. Time to refit these so that we can start... yeah, this one doesn't need to be reinforced, though. So we have the Ulan Interceptor in this one. Let's retrofit the Tazal. We're going to make them the Aztec. Now let's see, we have Picket and Torpedo, Torpedo and Interceptor, Picket and Interceptor, all missile boat, and then Picket and Torpedo there. Yeah, since these are interceptors, we're going to make it primarily interceptor for our Corvette, basically, and the Aztec would serve better as interceptors than the torpedo boats, I believe. So we need to update the Ulan. And I think we're going to go with twin gamma lasers instead of the plasma for these. Need to upgrade the afterburners. And the jump drive. Now we have the Dallas and the Tbilisi. So the Dallas is a full-on Picket. And I believe we're going to keep that bit along with the Rippers. Actually, I think we're going to swap this up. The Rippers can also serve as a flak battery for shooting down that. So we're going to have the two be missiles for it. We are going to keep the auxiliary fire control. This one we will keep with the two Pickets. And I think we'll actually keep the plasma accelerator on it. Actually, no. We are going to give it to Guardian Point Defense. This is our primary Picket in this. And I think we are going to replace the plasma accelerator with a gamma laser on it. For the higher accuracy. Let's see, the plasma has 80. Yeah, actually, let's let's go back to having the plasma on it. And instead of afterburners on this, we are going to give it auxiliary fire control to give it a little bit more accuracy with all of these weapons. Now, the reason I'm primarily making this missile point defense is I believe... Yeah, we have hangars on all of this to handle the strike craft. So we have the Lutzen, the Bulwark, and the Century as the other designs we need to modify. Let's go ahead and swap these out. Alright, Lutzen is heavy artillery. We're going to make the artillery core the kinetic battery. And make our artillery bow a proton launcher. Now we have the Century, which also has artillery. We are going to keep it with autocannons here. And we will keep that as a medium laser. The large weapon, I believe we are going to make a kinetic battery. Proton launchers actually have greater range, but that's going to change after the update. I believe the kinetic weapons still have better range. And what was the other one? The Bulwark, which we have already modified. Yeah, the Bulwark is an energy artillery. So now we can tell Second Fleet it needs to upgrade again. And then once Third Fleet and Fifth Fleet finish, we can actually start reinforcing them. Got a favor with the Commonwealth of Man. My minerals are slowly starting to climb as the population fills in mineral jobs, the ones that got pulled out for higher jobs. I ended up buying 10,000 minerals just to be able to build a few things. I was nearing my cap on energy credits. I was at 89,000 anyway. Fourth and fifth. What the hell? Where are reinforcements coming from? Almac. Oh, they're coming from Almac and Earth to go to there. Now, how long will they be gone? About a month? That's not bad, because they're coming through the gateway from Almac to reinforce 4th Fleet. So that I can deal with. Hithia embrace cybernetics. They're now the Hithia mutatus. Tezekian is rival of Commonwealth of Man now. Oh, I need one more month to have the influence I need to finish the relay network to Breglar. And then I have to form a relay over this way all the way to Lawam. I actually need to extend my relay network to Cybrex Alpha as well. And to Xeris. Tilinesti
upgrades applied.
Is in a non-aggression pact with the Tezekians. Alright, 3rd Fleet has finished upgrading. So now let's look at their designs. They have the Lionheart and the Hornet. Alright, so let's check out the Krabby is anti-missile. No, wrong Krabby. Krabby is anti-small craft. And the new Ulan is just pure interceptor. We'll just go ahead and swap them over. Alright, so we have the Le Havre, the Vancouver. The Shillong I think I've already done. And the Lionheart I've already done. Yeah, the Lionheart is actually making use of the energy siphons. The Hornet. Alright, the Le Havre is an artillery. And we are actually going to give it a kinetic battery. The Vancouver was the other one. That's my energy one. That will hit out. That's shield depletion. We were going to give it proton launchers. The Le Havre and the Vancouver are the destroyers for it. Cruiser-wise, we had the Shillong. And then we had the Hornet and the Lionheart. So the Hornet is the only one I believe we still need to upgrade. It's got a lot of strike craft. We're actually going to make it anti-missile with its point defense. It's got a lot of railguns, a couple of lasers, and the plasma accelerators. I think that's actually a good loadout for it. We do need to upgrade its afterburners. Actually gave it an extra % of evasion. And this one's fully upgraded. We can go ahead and tell it to refit again, and then we will be able to reinforce after that. It is just missing... It's actually missing more than the others. I think it's missing a cruiser, 2 destroyers, and 2 corvettes. I think that is all it is missing. And the other one that is missing ships is 5th Fleet is missing 1 destroyer. As soon as 5th Fleet is done, I think the Sacramento and the Joan of Arc are the only 2 we have to overhaul. We'll go ahead and do that now. So the Joan of Arc has the swarmers. We're actually going to make it Guardian point defense. And nothing else is really going to change on that. We're not even using the Olsen anymore. We've got the Sacramento. Was the Olsen the other one that this had? No, it has the Chittagong. So the Sentry, the Hornet, the Joan of Arc. We aren't even using the Olsen. We can put that one in this fleet when we get ready to do it. So the Sacramento stays at, goes to picket range with an artillery, of all things. Yeah, we'll give it the proton launcher. Actually, no. This one we will actually use the large gamma laser because it has extremely good accuracy for hitting smaller craft and doing a buttload of damage to them. Yeah, this is one artillery that will actually use one of the regular designs, I think. And the Olsen is all medium weapons. It's pretty much okay, except for needing the advanced afterburners and the jump drive. Make sure everything has a jump drive. Because I don't want to find out after the fact, hey, you forgot a jump drive on something, so your fleet can't use jumps. Because everything in your fleet has to be able to jump.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Form Galactic Council is the one that should be selected. Fungible circuitry. Improved production practices allow for fundamental changes to synthetic workers without compromising core functionality. I think it says that every time you get a robot modification point. I could be mistaken. See, we can get the quantum missiles fairly cheaply, and the Gauss cannon, which is the final upgrade of that line. A year and a half to be able to exploit living metal, and getting the living metal mega construction so we can speed up our mega constructions. Let's actually work on this one since we have Bronze of Gold in here. None of these others were rare. We can just hope for them to pop back up. I do need citadels fairly soon. That way I can upgrade, do the final upgrade on my orbital ring. Let's go ahead and get this last hyper relay up over here. After you finish that one, we do need to connect Bernard's star. Zekian Hive no longer have a non-aggression with the Tillinesti. That did not last long. Two more ships coming out of there to reinforce 4th Fleet. Alright, we are now voting to enact that so I can go back to supporting that legislation. We are voting to form the Galactic Council. It's going to take several years. That's not quite 5. 5 would be 1800. Yeah, that's 4 years. So yeah, 4 years to bring this one in. Right now it's going to pass. And of course the Galactic Council takes the 3 most powerful, which would be me, the Prime Awareness, and the Urzo would be the 3 members of the Galactic Council. Which is interesting considering the Urzo is a bulwark under the Zekian Hive, who are much lower in than them. Where's the Awoken bumped up here? Oh, they're still pretty low. They're still better than the League of Phemisto, though.
Research concluded.
Opening the L cluster. Our scientists are now confident that our knowledge of the L gates and the technology behind them is sufficient to abort their maintenance cycle. If the attempt is successful, the L gate in the Succubus Ball system should allow immediate access to the distant L cluster. As the maintenance cycle ends, any additional L gates in the galaxy will likely also become operational within a matter of years as their self-correcting software readjusts. Still, this will give us a significant head start to explore the cluster without interference.
Situation log has been updated.
It doesn't say how long it's going to take. Let's see if I mouse over it. 6 months. So we're going to hold off on that. We want to go ahead and get the Uthabul Braves taken care of. Actually, I think I'm going to hold off on that until after I've also dealt with the lavish freebooters and seen about if I can get over to the enigmatic fortress. The L gates defy our current understanding of subspace mechanics. This must be remedied before they can be opened for travel. L gate activation. The Defense Grid supercomputer, we could just get it off of our list, or we could start working on some of these repeatables for a bit. Let's go ahead and knock out dark matter drawing because it will remove it from the list as well. And we're going to relocate our scientist here on Earth to Sugalia. That's a little bit closer to where we need the scientist. We're just going to have them assist research there. And that way we don't have to pull the one from Lawam if we need to research debris or anything over here, or need a scientist at Succubus's Ball. The Manticore's Defenders Enclave pays dividends. Esteemed patron, the company is doing well and our earnings are steadily increasing. Here are your dividends, along with an extra delivery of resources we recovered from a civilian client who defaulted on their payment. So we got some minerals, some food, and some energy credits. We're getting our investment back. Got a favor with the Pirac. I would have liked alloys as well, but the minerals help out. We have a new proposal. Repeal cooperative research channels. Galactic law currently places significant amounts of intellectual property and national security issues at risk. We must repeal these misguided laws in order to protect our people. Nope. I fought so hard to get that in place. It's going to stay. Prime Awareness has reopened their borders to me. We now have a connection to the Prime Awareness through hyper relays. Let me actually check the Prime Awareness real quick. They are still listed as superior, but not overwhelming at least. They are at war with the Tillinesti, the Ubarak, and the Hithians. Still. I thought they made peace with the Hithians. Man, they are really doing a number on the Hithians. There is some Hithian space over here, but there are no colonies in it. Oh, yes, there is. They do have a few colonies over here. So if the Prime Awareness take over all of their existing space, they still will be in the game.
Ship upgrades applied.
Fifth Fleet is now fully upgraded. I believe I've already redesigned them. The Krabby, the Taizo, the Chittagong, the Sacramento, the Joan of Arc, the Century, and the Hornet.
Research concluded.
Dark matter drawing. This exotic substance has many properties that seem to... Yeah, we didn't discover this one, though. That seem to defy the laws of physics. Harvestable concentrations can only be found near black holes or in certain nebulas. Now, the planetary shield generator is another one that will remove an option, even though I don't think I will ever use it. I did see in the upcoming update that they are making an orbital ring version of this building. It doesn't reduce orbital bombardment damage. It boosts shield and armor of hardening of defense platforms and stations in the system. Oh, and the Sahara can work on another hyper relay. I hate it when it cancels it when I'm trying to place it. I want it right there. And then you will move on to Markaz. Let's put it over here. So I decided to put my Class 4 Singularity on St. Yegorov. It doesn't provide any jobs, but it does produce 250 more energy credits. And it takes a building slot, so I figured might as well put it here. This is my industrial world. Give it a little bit of a power boost with that. Hithian are in a commercial pact with the League of Phemisto. Saban refugees fleeing from the Verzak Citizen Coalition have arrived on Earth. It's probably population I can't support. Oh, there's the Saban. It displaced a Chuskarin. So the Gronshu made peace with the Verzak and lost 3 systems. They ended up with one system, a couple of systems separated. The Verzak have pushed out quite a bit. Citizen State of Hasuk is no longer in a commercial pact with the Hithians. Got a favor with the Hazar.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Planetary shields. Generating a strong energy shield within a planetary atmosphere is a greater challenge than in the vacuum of space, but it offers a potent defense against orbital bombardment. Alright, let's go ahead and get synchronized defenses, just to get that one out of the list. Completed upgrading the Sentry Spire. Plus 20 to our base intel level. 10,000 alloys to do the next level. That will give us another 10 to our intel, and up the upkeep another 20. 10,000 alloys. Oh, we're close to using our relic. I'll just let it bank up. Plus, I am building ships right now. Hithian has entered into a research agreement with the League of Brian States. Didn't they just break a commercial pact? You know, I forgot to check on... Okay, I need 5,000 alloys to upgrade it further. Alright, let's go ahead and open a reliquary directly with energy. Reliquary consists of a treatise on love and the cyclic nature of all things. It is written in the United Nations of Earth language and the style is contemporary. Give us a chunk of society research. And let's see, we still have some caravan coins, don't we? Yeah, we have about 12,000. So let's play a few slots. We got 3,000 back for that. Nothing. 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 And nothing. So overall that just drained some of our caravan coins and didn't give us much of anything. I was kind of hoping for like some alloys at this point. The fleets at Choice Compass aren't really bothering to move around much anymore. I guess they've given up for the most part. Science Nexus will be online by April. Alright, mind and body. By embracing a combination of new meditation techniques and healthier eating habits, a large segment of our population enjoys a greater life expectancy than ever before. About 3 years away from harmonious directives, which will give us a little bit of edict fund and boost our unity by a tad. And then we have 2 more to go before we finish our final tradition. We have a very limited quantity of Blorg glandular extract available for purchase by private entities. Great for semi-permeable membranes of all kinds. They still have the bauble collection for a science ship. I guess until somebody actually buys that, they're not going to have anything else. The Science Nexus Central Hub is now in place, equipped with a state-of-the-art singularity reactor. Our engineers are preparing to add the next most challenging segment of the facility, the 4 research wings. They will be fitted with pioneering technology, able to withstand everything from violent heat to intense pressure waves and alien pathogens. They will also provide housing for our many researchers. So it is now producing 100 of each research type. We're getting the extra 10 for agreements. What agreements? Is that the agreement we have with the Pirac that is boosting our science output? Gives us an overall research speed boost. The research wings will contain most of the labs and provide housing for the scientists. They come with multiple security chambers to allow for complete lockdown of various areas if necessary. This will boost up our monthly production and our effects. Yeah, I really need my alloy production to increase. Because I still haven't started upgrading the Sentry Array to its next level, which is massive static antennas provide an unprecedented boost to raw coverage. I remembered I had some trait points to spend on the robots, so I was able to create models that have the increased pop assembly speed again for basically all of the types. The synthetic workers already had it, and I basically replaced bulky with luxurious to give them streamlined protocols. Reduces their empire size from pops. Let's see, I'm currently doing living metal. I'll wait until I'm done with that before I do any modifications to them. But I am going to go through here fairly quickly and replace these. Let's see, right now it's at 31 months. If I replace it with the new model, it still went down to 28 months, even losing progress. This one already had streamlined protocols, so I think all the major change on it was getting rid of the bad effect of high maintenance. I just basically bought that off. Have connected our capital to the Uberic Alliance.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Synchronized defenses. Aligning defensive and offensive weapon execution paradigms allows for increased efficiency. Alright, let's finally get the particle lance so we have an X-class weapon. Living metal. Mining and processing the rare living metal is exceedingly difficult, but successful applications of the mutable alloys yield incomparable advantages. Looks like we can knock out flak cannons. I do have a particle specialist. Or, I mean, a propulsion specialist. You know, before I stuck him in there, I probably should have checked. Yeah, it is statecraft I'm doing. And it'll be done next month. I'll have another ascension perk. Now, I need to get a ship over here to get the living metal. My nearest constructor is probably this one, the Susquehanna. So yeah, let's build a mining station there and then return to Yilon 2. Oh, damn it, I forgot to shift click. There we go. I just control shift clicked, so it will do that and then return. It's going to take 6 months to get over there and probably 6 months to get back. Now, I'm not currently doing any mega structures other than the hyper relays, which it takes me about as long to get the influence as it does, so there's no reason for me to run the megastructure edict just yet. Yeah, living metal construction upkeep is 7. I'm not going to be making that much anyway. I don't currently have any living metal, so that's going to take a while before I can bother with that. It's only going to take a month, 2 months, to get all of these 54 pops to no longer have the bad trait of high maintenance, so that'll boost my energy credits a little bit. It's not really much of a reason to do the conversions for the others right now. All it adds is mass produced, which only helps them being built. Yeah, so it's just the ones that are being churned out. The only other one to change over are the workers, because they get reduced empire size, and those will take about a month as well. It'll also get rid of bulky and replace it with luxurious, so it has no effect on them after they're built.
Research concluded.
Ascension perk available. Ascension theory. Our history is a repeating cycle of dramatic technological, political, and cultural leaps. These leaps are often preceded by periods of upheaval and followed by times of relative stability. By identifying the core, recurring premises of these leaps, we may be able to effectively short-circuit the cycle for our own benefit. Alright, the Galactic Stock Exchange has a planet limit of 1, not a overall limit of 1. I think I can build them on every planet, really, if I wanted to. That gives merchant jobs and trade value boost. But I think I'm going to go ahead and knock out the Galactic Stock Exchange while I have a statecraft person in here. Now, I've been thinking about my Ascension perk, and actually with my playstyle, Defender of the Galaxy kind of fits. However, considering some of the courses that have happened during this game, this one would actually work for Galactic Contender, because there is that one Fallen Empire that's kind of bullying the Empire we brought out, and we are close to opening the gates. Plus, this gives an overall diplomatic weight boost, where I don't believe Defender of the Galaxy does. It just boosts overall opinion. So yeah, we're going with Galactic Contender. The fallen empires cling to the ruins of their decrepit civilizations, ever fearful of the younger and more dynamic races that surround them. Their time has long since passed.
The special project has concluded.
Alright, we've modified that species, so let us get the workers all completed. We can go ahead and remove that template. I'm wondering if I click off of it and do the delete, if it won't do that. So we're going to apply this to all the SWs.
Situation log has been updated.
Okay, it also takes 2 months. It'll be done by October. To Second Hive broke the non-aggression pact with the Hithians.
Ship upgrades applied.
First Fleet has finally finished all of its upgrades. Got a favor with the Fire Tribes. Federation level unlocked. Perfect. We are level 3. That gives us, there's more of a chance for rare technologies to appear for people who, if at least one person's got them unlocked. So that means that's going to really be benefiting everybody else, because I've been really pursuing the rare techs. We do get faster research speed when we have the agreements. And I get more diplomatic weight from tech as the president. See, we will reorganize our society according to the radical idea that those who possess expert knowledge within a certain sphere shall wield decision-making power there. The interstellar multi-species nature of our cooperative exposes scientists to perspectives quite literally alien to their own, resulting in a great boost to the outside-the-box thinking. And every member species had their own version of taxonomy, the periodic table, and other tools of knowledge and exchange. By setting on a common lexicon, ideas can be transmitted with minimal confusion. But now we do have access to up the centralization to medium. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Everybody is in support of that.
The special project has concluded.
Alright, all those robots are finally modified. I don't know how much of an impact that's really going to have on my empire size. Looks like 1 point. Yeah, because it's still showing 182. I mean 183 up here, but it's saying 182 there. League of Brienne States broke off their commercial pact with the Hithians. Alright, it succeeded. So now, the first thing I want to do is enable free migration. So that we are no longer spending so much on migration packs. We could also change the vote weight to diplomatic, but that would just make me overshadow everyone else. I think we're going to keep it on equal. I could get a low fleet. We'll do a 0.25 effect on monthly cohesion. I think, yeah, they don't want to do that just yet. I mean, I could use enough favors to convince Hazar and Fire Tribes to vote for me, which would be enough to get it passed, but let's just hold off until we get to medium contribution, I guess. Right now there's no rush on it. Commonwealth of Man and the Hithians are rivals. And so did the Hazar. So it was the three of us that basically got the free migration through. See, right now I'm at 1.37 from migration packs. Let's see what happens next month. Yeah, that gave me an extra 0.5 monthly gain. Fire Tribes of Kel enter commercial pact with the Verzak. Yeah, that also freed up a lot of influence for them, so they'll probably be able to throw some more agreements other people's way. So yeah, we're getting about 5 a month now, again. Hithian have declared Verzak their rival.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Flak cannons! Upgraded flak batteries with new, more powerful shrapnel rounds. We can get the final upgrade for flak, or the final upgrade for thrusters. Both take about the same time. Final upgrade for the Gauss kinetic weapons. Next to last upgrade for missiles. That one's fairly fast. I still do need citadels, but, you know, we're still using our influence for other things right now. And our alloys. So yeah, let's knock out the quantum missiles. Let's just get some upgrades fairly quickly. So yeah, the Science Nexus is giving me 5%. Real-time peer review is giving me 5%. Getting 35% from GTA research sharing. Yeah, I get these fairly quickly now. So I'm going to get fairly caught up in tech, I think. Quick look at the Galactic Council. Where's my tech rating? 2050. Prime awareness is only about 50% above me. I'm above the Urzo. I'm above Brienne. Still about 500 more from the Tezekian. Hithian are a little bit ahead of me. But I will be rapidly catching up as I knock out techs fairly quickly. And once I get, yeah, most of these other guys are really far below me. If I look at comparing to my allies, yeah, I really outpace most of them. Fire tribes are the only one who are even nearby. And that is the one problem with this. Even if you do the scaling difficulty setting, you're going to outpace the AI just because they cannot manage an empire as well as a human can.
Research concluded.
Particle lances. These heavy energy weapons fire focused particle beams that cause massive damage. The size of the emitter array limits their use to battleships and titans. So the Tachyon Lance is the upgraded version of that. Let's go ahead and knock that out. So we'll have the full-blown Tachyon Lances before we ever use an X-class weapon. Galactic Stock Exchange, Galactic Markets. By engaging in free trade of goods and services, we allow for a more specialized economy, where an individual can excel in a narrow field and trade for their needs. Mega Art Installation gives Unity. I'm not interested in these two. Unfortunately, there's no way to remove them from the list. Let's actually boost our fleet command limit, I guess. Even though it'll be a while before I have Titans to actually make use of that. Citizen State of Asuk has a commercial pact with the Commonwealth of Man.
Construction completed.
We have got our mining station over the living metal here in Telesis. And that is actually a place I could build a habitat over. Huh. Maybe we stay here. Yeah, let's just stay here with that guy. Now, how much are we actually getting out of that? 1.7, almost 2 points a turn. Actually, it appears I can go ahead and start on a matter decompressor site, and I need the minerals. Let's see, if I do build megastructure matter decompressor, yeah. It'll go straight here to start building it. Take him 6 months to get there. Matter decompressor lenses a black hole's gravity, forming a drill of gravitational forces to retrieve minerals from the singularity. So I need 1250 to actually get it up to where it's producing any minerals.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Quantum missiles. The latest version of space-to-space missile, the upgraded variant, has an immensely powerful warhead that draws its energy from a zero-point vacuum. There's the final missile upgrade. Final armor upgrade. Alright, this will unlock a physics research that'll just give me a bonus. So we're going to go for that one. I don't believe I have an alloys. So we will put Fronds of Gold back in here. And you know, I never did check out those new edicts that I would have gotten. Where are they listed? Probably all the way at the bottom, I would assume. There they are. Last until canceled gives you research speed and research alternatives. Costs quite a bit. Desperate measures, ship build speed, starbase upgrade speed, and defense platform. Megastructure build speed and build capacity, and planetary build speed. These are only costing about 1,000 a month. Oh, so tempting. Ethics shift chance. Monthly minerals up 33%. Naval capacity up and ship upkeep down. And monthly influence. Oh my lord. This power is simply the ability to impose one's will on others. The will to power is a self-fulfilling prophecy. You know, I need the influence. That would knock it down from about 4,000 to about 3,000. That's going to add 1 month for every 3. So, it'll add 6 months to how soon before I get... I'm working on my last tradition anyway. We are firing off will to power. 5 extra monthly influence, worth it. So let's see exactly how much it impacts, because it did list the price twice. Verzak broke their commercial pact with the Fire Tribes. Yeah, it still only dropped me about 900 or so. So yeah. I mean, the cost is affected by my empire size modifier to tradition adoption cost, basically. But yeah, 5 extra influence a month. Yes, I needed that. Hithian has embraced Vanguard of the Chosen and become more militaristic. They are hegemonic imperialist. I think they already were. So they really haven't changed. And we got a favor with the Awoken. So with the increased influence, I should be able to have my... yeah, he's on his way there already. I can go ahead and queue up another hyper relay over here. My hyper relay network should be zooming fairly quickly, which will allow me to start spending my influence on other things like the orbital rings and habitats, which I should be getting fairly quickly at this rate. Hell, I'm getting almost 10 a month. That means in about 15 months I'd have enough for a habitat. Yeah, that's definitely worth cutting down my how quickly I get my last tradition.
Research concluded.
So we got a favor with the Awoken. Doctrine, fluid fleet templates. Gradual adoption, or gradual adaptation to the realities of deep space combat allows us to effectively coordinate larger maneuvers. Oh, we could go with even more fleet limit or naval capacity. This is one of the repeatables. Looks like ecological adaptation will be the cheapest. And we do have a New World specialist to stick in here, if I recall. No, we do not. What happened to my New World specialist? Is that the person who passed away last and I didn't realize it? Looks like we use Tetrana. I'm not really going to make use of my fleet my fleet limit right now. I'm still in the process of reinforcing fleets and waiting for fleets to upgrade. Second fleet is just about fully upgraded. Then third fleet will probably commence, and once third fleet is done, I can start reinforcing it. And fifth fleet, and once they're reinforced, fourth fleet should have all its reinforcements by then, and I can actually send 5 fleets against the Marauders.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Nanoseparators. Nanoseparators are a revolutionary new step in the creation of alloys, simplifying the casting process while improving overall production quality. Oh, there we go. Metallurgist output right here under this one. Yeah, I thought it would be under physics, but it's under engineering, so we'll do that. That's the final stage of strike craft. That's the final stage of autocannons. Final stage of Gauss cannons, final thruster. We're about to be done with upgrades in general fairly soon. And that's one thing I've kind of noticed as your research really skyrockets. You kind of zoom through the last few upgrades fairly quickly, so you don't really get to spend a lot of time making use of them. You just wait until you get to the last one, and then you never have to upgrade your ships again.
Ship upgrades applied.
Alright, second fleet is now fully upgraded.
Research concluded.
Tachyon Lances. A more powerful version of the particle lance, this weapon fires a tachyon beam of immense power. Like its predecessor, its use is limited to battleships and titans. I think that's the final shield. Yeah, let's knock out the plasma cannons. 6 months for them. Pretty soon we'll have it where we don't need to upgrade ships again at all. Alright, the remaining 2 battleships for 4th Fleet are being churned out at Almac. To prevent them from spending another month to get here, we are just going to travel to Almac Station and wait for them there.
Research concluded.
Got a favor with the League of Brian States. Ecological adaptation. By adapting planetary ecosystems to large-scale environmental changes, we can turn terraformation into a less disruptive process. I guess we could go ahead and knock out Secrets of Life just to get more research. We actually have what we need to put together the interstellar assembly site as well. If I were to delay the hyper relay, I could do that. Let's actually queue up the hyper relay. It went ahead and spent it even though I queued it up. And then we're going to Rithari next. And that leaves 3 more hyper relays to connect this network. We still need one in Cybrex Alpha. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 over here. And 1, 2, 3 right here. I don't really have anybody in position for a hyper relay yet. I mean the interstellar assembly yet. Where would I want it? Let's see. If I did build megastructure, where would I put it? Maybe around Jupiter? Yeah, I think I'd put it around Jupiter. Let's move the Atlantic back here. Have it enter orbit of Jupiter. It'd take 3 months.
We are being hailed.
The Verzak would like a migration treaty. I can spare that. That would drop me down to 9.9 again. Lucrative adventures. A large contingent of our veterans has sent a letter requesting leave to travel to the colony of Hazaria, the capital of our vassal Hazar Commonwealth. Included with the letter is a gift of credits to grease the wheels of bureaucracy, as they so delicately put it. It seems there are quite a lot of stories among some of our soldiers about the lucrative adventures one can find in those systems, be it as a mercenary or a pirate. In either case, it is made clear that they have put together what credits they have, hoping to make many times that if they are sent off to Hazaria. If we were to formally send them to Hazaria, they are at least more likely to be a boon to the leadership there, and more likely to respect the laws and rules of our vassal than if we were to let them run free. It would cost me 1,000 credits. I'll gain 1,000 credits by doing that. Gain 1,000 credits that way. And just, we'll give them formal leave to travel. We will activate the Galatron. Life is more of a lottery than a competition. That's not bad. 500 exotic gases. That was about the amount I had. Reverse engineer some arcane technology. Study of the artifacts has advanced some of our research. Another chunk of society research. How much do we have saved now? Oh, we had burned through all that we currently had saved, it appears. Alright, we also need to organize a festival across our worlds. And we need to renew the contract with the conglomerated scrappers. And I think, even though he's still 2 months out, we're going to go ahead here and, yeah, because this one is also the, which one is the other one? The Sahara. Yeah, it's already queued up. So yeah, the Atlantic, we're going to go ahead and build the interstellar assembly site around Jupiter. And I think, let's see, we are 18 months away. This would probably add 6 months to it if I went ahead and fired up architectural renaissance. That would allow me to build another megastructure. I can hold off on that until I have enough banked to work on a third megastructure. Yeah, I can hold off on that till I have enough banked to start upgrading a third. Because right now I'm in the process of doing 2. And that would allow me, when I get the amount I need for like the Sentry Spire or the Science Nexus Hub, I could fire those off. Let's actually see if we can open another relic box. We are getting close to our cap of energy credits again. Yeah. Reliquary is filled with beautiful blue marbles. Gives me a butt ton of consumer goods. And we still got some things. Let's play the slots a little bit. No, we do not have enough caravan coins. How many caravan coins do I have? 772. Apparently, it still takes caravan coins as well as energy credits to open the reliquaries, I think. Wait a minute, can I buy another one right now? Reliquary is difficult to open as it is shut tight from within by a gravitational anomaly. That gives us physics research. I can open another one right now. While empty, the inner walls of the reliquary are pitted and scarred. Traces of biological material can be recovered from the deeper pockets. Another chunk of society research. And sure, I'll open one more. The reliquary contains an ancient chart over long-dead trade routes and includes our capital system of Sol. That gives us a plus 10% trade value modifier, the ancient trade route. And that got our money down. But now, there's apparently no timer on the reliquaries. So we can, whenever we're getting close on energy credits, we can just buy a reliquary. Let's see that new ancient modifier we got. Where is it? It's not showing up. Is it showing up on the planet, perhaps? If we can click on it. Ancient trade route is showing up there. Maybe it's going to take a day before it updates, or when I reload it will update. But it has been another 5 years. So we're going to call this an episode. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.